Welcome to Shomach Shov on the Daf. Your sponsor, Louis Nishma, Saram Yaakov Nabas Yitzchok. We're holding in Horayos Daf Vov. The Gemara would base what to say that Ephraim and Menashe, they both called a call because each one is his own Shevat. Says the Gemara, no, because only Nachalah hukshu v'lo l'davar acher. Ephraim and Menashe continue to be two Shevatim, only regarding Nachalah, only regarding the fact they take another piece in Eretz Yisrael, but not for something else. And the Gemara brings that also the Golim and the Seam, which are connected to Nachalah, in order to have cover for the Seam, to have cover for the Golim. But for everything else, Ephraim and Menashe are not considered to be two Shevatim, they're not considered to be two different Kohos. Lamaisa, according to some of the Meforshim, this is a Meferish Pasuk in Divrei Hayomim, which is quoted in the Gemara B'Abas of Kuf Chav Gimel. Because the Pasuk says, Ubnei Ruven b'chor Yisrael, ki hu abchor. Ubechal lo yitzui aviv, when Reuven was mechal yitzui aviv, nitno b'choraso lebnei Yosef ben Yisrael v'lo yilis yaches the b'choiro. So the b'choiro went from Reuven to Yosef, but lo yilis yaches the b'choiro. What does it mean? Says the Rashba Mebo Basra, lo yishi kare b'chor nitno b'choiro. He's not called the b'chor. The lo yilo Reuven kare b'chor Yisrael. Reuven is the b'chor. El litol shnei chelok keb'chor. So the only thing that Yosef took from Reuven, and the fact that he has a double Shevet, is only regarding the Nachalah, not regarding something else. So that's what the Gemara tells us, that the only regarding that, Ephraim and Menashe considered to be two separate Shevatim, because only for that, that's what Yosef took from Reuven. And to explain this a little bit more, what's the reason that Ephraim and Menashe, only regarding Nachalah, they're considered to be Shevatim, but not for something else? So we'll bring here the Pachad Yitzchok and Pesach, Maimer and Tes, that says something Dover Niflamoid. He comes to explain what's the pshat that Yosef HaTzadik is mentioned that he was nifter twice, in the end of Sefer Bereshis and in the beginning of Sefer Shmos. So Pachad Yitzchok establishes over there that every one of the Avos starts a new direction in Klal Yisrael, something new, a new initiative. And the difference between Avos and Banim is Avos are the initiators. The Banim, they continue the Mahalach of the Avos. Yosef, says Rav Hutner, he added something to Klal Yisrael did not have. And that is the protection and the shmirah that you have when you are in Golus. Yaakov established the idea that Yisrael b'shechato Yisrael. But Yisrael b'shechato Yisrael while he is among Yisrael. But when Yisrael goes and he's among the nations, he's outside and he has the challenges of the nations and all the nisyonis that you have outside of Am Yisrael, who is the one who creates that concept that that Am Yisrael can be misgaber al chet? That's the mahalach of Yosef HaTzadik. It's a special gedusha which is called gedushas havdalah. That among the goyim they're able to separate. That's what Yosef HaTzadik brought, and that's why Yosef is considered to be a little bit of an av, says Rav Hutner, because he's initiating something new that wasn't done by the office, something that was done only by him. So says Rav Hutner, the Yosef is considered to be a little bit of Av and a little bit of Bein. He's a little bit of extension of the Avos. He's the fourth stage. You have Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, then you have Yosef who adds something new to the Avos. But on the other hand, he's part of the Shevatim. So he belongs to both. That's why his P'tir is mentioned both in the end of Sefer Bereshis, because Sefer Bereshis is the Sefer HaAvos, so he belongs over there. But it's also mentioned beginning of Sefer Shmos, because Sefer Shmos is Sefer HaBanim, as the Ramban explains. So he belongs to both. And my father shlit in his Shurim, which we printed out in his Sefer Bekeren HaYovel, he adds to it that shot that says in the Pasuk that the Shevatim that Yosef gets is only during the time that he was in Mitzrayim alone. The Pasuk says, Tashnei bonecha nodim lecho be'eretz Mitzrayim ad bo yelecha Mitzrayim. Rashi says over there, only, Yaakov is telling Yosef, only the children that were born during the time that you were away from me, they will become Shevatim. If you have any other Shevatim afterwards, they will not become Shevatim. What's Pshat? So according to Rav Hutner, makes a lot of sense. The Yosef is becoming an Av, and immediately he comes Shevatim coming out of him. But when is he Av? He's an Av when he does the new initiation that only he did more than any other others. When that initiation happened? When he was alone among the Umas Olam. That's the Chiddush of Yosef. For a Jew to be among Umas Olam and to nivdal, and to separate himself, that's the Chiddush Yosef HaTzadik did. So only during that time is considered to be an Av. If only during that time is considered to be an Av, only during that time he can bring Shevatim to the world. So in Mele, if we take all this, connected to here, we understand the following. In Nachalah, what is the idea of the Nachalah of Eretz Yisrael? As we mentioned about Basra, based on the Vilna Gaon and Sefer Yetzirah, the Malchus Hashem in the world, it appears as Mizgale in Eretz Yisrael. I mentioned just a few days ago, the idea of the Maharal, the Am Yisrael, because the Am Yisrael only when they go into Eretz Yisrael. Because Gilui Malchus Hashem in the world is coming here through the 12 Shevatim in Eretz Yisrael. That's the idea of the Bris Shevatim. Bris Shevatim is this covenant that the Gilui HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes through the 12 dimensions that come on the Shevatim, which are the Hemshech of the Ovis. Which is very meduik because we know that the place where we keep the mitzvahs is only Eretz Yisrael, as the Ramban tells us in Chumash, that's the main place. And Eretz Yisrael is Chalak Shvatim. That's where you have the separation to Shvatim. So it means Eretz Yisrael, which is Makam mitzvahs, is separated to 12 different Chalakim. To tell you that the way that the Gilui HaKadosh Baruch Hu goes through the mitzvahs is through the division to 12 Shvatim. So if so, Yosef, who is bringing another dimension, another Gilui of Gilui HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the world, and that Gilui is that Yisrael among the Umas Ha'olam will still be nivdal, will still be separated from Umas Ha'olam. That's revealed through the Shvatim, through another dimension that comes through the Shvatim. Yaakov Avinu has 12 dimensions coming out of him, and Yosef adds another dimension, saying that he adds. The Kavutner says he's another Av that brings another Chiluk, another Chiddush to Am Yisrael. So in Mela it's very clear that only regarding Nachalah, Yosef adds another Shevet. He's not adding another Shevet for other things. It's regarding the Av that has a child. He's not coming to become a Bchor or a Melech or a Kohen. That's not the tafkid of Yosef. Yosef is to add another dimension of Klal Yisrael that comes with a Shevet. It's only L'Nachla, not for something else. Ten L'Chacham V'Yech Kamoid to understand this thing fully. Anyone who wants to join the Shomachshava email list to WhatsApp group, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.